What's up? What's up, everybody? How you doing out there? Want to go ahead, start the live. What's up, everybody? Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Dr. Bartou. Here with you tonight, letting you know about Pill Talk Podcast. Today marks our 1 year anniversary. Doing this for 1 year strong. About 30 plus episodes, 100 plus clips that's out right now. So you can go ahead and stream it on Apple, Google, Spotify. We're everywhere right now. So let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Dr. Bartou. Um, I'm the host of Pill Talk Podcast. I'm from a small town of Georgetown, South Carolina. I got my start and wanted to know more about the pharmacy field because as a kid, I would watch my mom and my grandmother take medications, and I would ask them like, "Hey, what is this used for? Why are you taking the medications?" And like a lot of people, they just know that the doctor told them to take the medication, right? And they didn't really understand why they were taking it. What was the benefits of it? So I was like, you know what? I want to find these answers out so I can help my family, so I can help my friends. Um, so I can help them out. So that started my journey into researching about medications and things like that. And then it came across my path at that young age. It's like, hey, if you want to know about the medications, the perfect career for you will become a pharmacist. And I'm like, you know what? That is right. I can learn about everything that deals with the medication, get that knowledge, and come back and provide those answers for my moms, for my grandmama, for your mother, your father, for anybody in the community that's out here taking medications and want to know more about it. You know, so as I started this journey, that's how I got intrigued and wanted to become a pharmacist. So fast forward a little bit, what made me think about starting Pill Talk Podcast, right? So as I got into my career, I realized definitely in the South, there wasn't much representation of Black folks or African Americans, colored, Asians, whatever, that was represented that much in the healthcare field. So I realized, like, listen, coming from the small town where I saw little to no one that looked like me being a medical provider, medical professional, I wanted to take the time to start a podcast to create a platform that can have others that look like me, minorities, be represented. So that way we can come on here, we can talk, we can have dialogue, and they can tell their story. They can let someone know that they can be chiropractors, psychiatrists, nurses, doctors. And I'm like, that's what we need. We need representation. We need people to see this because representation really matters out here because there's a lot of people that wants to get into the medical field, but they haven't seen anyone like them or look like them. So that deters them a little bit. So with Pill Talk Podcast, I'm here to show everyone that we're out here, that we're doing our thing, that we're the professionals, the ones that making a change in the community because we of the community. So let me take a seat real quick and let you guys know a little more about me and the podcast, right? So Pill Talk Podcast, there may be others out there, but it's only one of me. It's only one Pill Talk. I've, in my first year, talked with people from chiropractors to people that work with Barack Obama in the White House on the biodefense, So my reach is and my network is expanding daily. And that's what people need to understand, that coming onto the platform, you're able to reach the masses, the people that you probably would never have seen or talked to before. And that's one of the best things, the thing that I'm so proud of, because people are now reaching out to me to get on the platform, to use the platform for what it is used for. So some of the things that you can learn from Pill Talk Podcast, you can learn from a variety of medical professionals, from the 30 published episodes to the 100+ clips. You can learn from pharmacists in different fields. Like, just a brief thing, like if you want to know about pharmacists, you can check out episode 2 and 9 to check out Jimmy Prude. He's a ED pharmacist, emergency department pharmacist, and you can see what they do in that field of pharmacy. You can check out community pharmacy, episode 4 with Martez Prince. If you want to know anything about the VA, episode 3 with Jessica Johnson, and also episode 27 with Matthew Harbino. Man, the list goes on and on and on. Can't forget about, if you want to know about big pharma, how to work inside that field, check out episode 14 with Aaron Clay. So I even have things where I go off the path a little bit, because I want people to understand that I don't want to represent medical providers. I want to represent entrepreneurs and authors. So on the podcast, we've had authors and entrepreneurs such as Andre Hatchett with the Mobile Notary. Check that out, episode 11. If you want to be motivated and by some authors, you got episode 5, Daphne Glenn, episode 6, Devon Smith. If you like to travel, the hottest place right now, or the hottest place for the summer, was Tulum. I even had Black in Tulum, the creator of that, Nubia Young, on the show. Check it out, episode 10. I can't forget about my fraternity brother, Rodney Cloud Hill. He has a book out, Black Wash. So make sure you look into these people. But obviously the core of the podcast is for my medical providers, my doctors, and some of the ones that has been highlighted on my show, such as Dr. Holiday Bell, the sleep expert, episode 13. You can check out one of my good friends. We actually went to undergrad together. We hung out all the time. And it surprised me to see this man later in life being a chiropractor, because when we was in school, we never talked about that. We never discussed what he wanted to do later on. So when I saw him as a chiropractor, I had to get him on the show. So check out episode 15, Reggie Simon, the chiropractor. A lot of great people came out of South Carolina and Houston, to name a few areas. For South Carolina, I had Dr. Emeka Adolfo. She's a peds physician, so she deal with both general, so that's ages 18 and up, and then she also deal with peds, so newborns to about adolescent, 18 years old. I got a couple physical therapists on, like episode 18, Shelly Williams, episode 24, Alexander Hill, just as to name a few. I can go on and on with this, because that is the core. That's what everybody wants to know, how to get into the medical field, what they did, how they're impacting their patient lives. So make sure you check out some of these episodes. And as Pill Talk has progressed over the year, I realized definitely during the pandemic, a lot of people need to know about their finances, right? So I was able to have on Terry Scipio. He was on episode 7, right there in the beginning of the podcast. And as the time progressed, we was able to reconnect. And now I started my own live version, Dispense is Written, where you can interact with everyone on a live version. And every first and third Wednesdays, I would have Terry Scipio on, and we would talk about finance. We would break down the stock market. We would break down personal finances. and you can ask any question you want. And we could take the time out to cater our shows to make sure that we answer the questions for you that you have. So make sure you stay tuned and check out first and third Wednesdays on Dispense Wednesdays for Terry Scipio segments talking about personal finance. And I also made it so that on the second and fourth Wednesdays, you can talk to healthcare providers on what they're doing and what you want to know with them so that they'll be able to answer the questions, because as you watch the episodes, they're only providing you the top layer, the general, the overlay. But with Dispenses Written, you could be interactive with these providers. You could be interactive with these healthcare providers and personnel. You could be interactive with me and Terry as we talked about finance. So that's some things that I've been putting together and learned, done so far. Sorry about that. So let's go down and talk about some of the mottos and things that I live by, right? So with Pill Talk Podcast, a little bit about me becoming a pharmacist. I didn't get it on my first try. It took me 3 tries. The first time I got to the interview process and didn't finish it out because I didn't have all my core classes finished. Got to the second time applying for pharmacy school and forgot some of the parts of the application, the supplement applications. But the third time, I had it completed. I knew what every school was looking for. I knew how to complete every application. And that right there was my driving force, because most people would ask me, hey, you said you want to be a pharmacist, but you didn't get in the first time or the second time. What made you apply for the third time? I told them, I have big dreams. I have no worries and big dreams. So that's one reason why I came up with my motto right here: bigger dreams, less worries. Because I know that long as I have a dream and a goal to go for, no matter what's going on, no matter the worries, I'm gonna just keep pushing forward until I achieve what I want to in life. So that was one of the things that I live by, that I wanted to put on my merchandise, so that if anyone else lived by that same motto, they could do the same as well. Another motto I live by, and that I'm using with the podcast, is empowered leaders empower leaders. So with the podcast, you can see that we have empowered leaders that's out here giving you the game, that's teaching you everything, that's showing you what's going on in their medical field and how they're impacting their patients' lives, so that you can be a leader, and so that you can be a leader as well and impact the lives of others that you come across. So if you are a leader, make sure you pick up that one and be an empowered leader to empower the next generation of leaders. So some of the things that I look forward to achieving for next year with the podcast is building a network. I'm creating a strong network right now with like-minded individuals that's moving forward in the healthcare field and the finance field, and also the podcast field. I got friends of mine that has podcasts similar to mine and non-similar, but we call each other and connect with each other and build on it. So as you see the progression of this podcast in the time within the next year or two, you'll see that the quality is going to get better. The production is going to get better. I'm going to start having panels out, start getting venues and written panels and getting panels, so that we can provide better information, more all-inclusive, so that we don't have to just have the one-on-one here on the Zoom. You can come meet us, be able to talk to these providers and get your questions answered face-to-face. And as you can tell with the podcast, I started out solo. So I did everything myself, from editing the videos, coming up with the captions, figuring out how to put a podcast together. to being able to hire an editor to be able to clip my videos and send it back, to now the growth of the podcast has gotten to the point where now I have a marketing team, Thrive Partners, and we are working together to make sure that the production that we give out to you guys is top tier. So be on the lookout for a whole lot coming in this next year. Definitely with the partnership that I am building and connecting with. And also some of the things I want to create is I'm getting a lot of texts, emails, and messages about people wanting to know how can they level up, how can they achieve more leadership roles, advance in their careers. So one thing I'm going to do is start coming out and creating courses for individuals looking to achieve leadership, looking to achieve advancement, because I'm talking to all these healthcare providers, all these entrepreneurs, and they're giving out a lot of good game. And I just want to make sure that I compile it and give it to you guys so that you guys can take yourself up to the next level. So I really appreciate everyone coming on. 1 year down, many more to go. I appreciate all the listeners from day one to now, the ones that just started in. I had to reintroduce myself to you guys. The ones that's been here for a while, I appreciate you following me along this journey. There's so much more to come, so much more for me to give. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for tuning in for tonight's Dispense.